lesson on solid color. So what we have here is what we just left off with is a shape. It's white. It has a black line around it. Okay. Why does it have that? Well, here we go. I'm going to select it. It's got those little handles on it. You tell it's selected. Illustrator knows, hey, this is the item we're dealing with right now. Well, let's look at a couple different places. First of all, this will always be here at the bottom of the toolbar. This is your fill. Okay, we have a white rectangle, duh. And behind it is the stroke, also called line, but Illustrator calls it stroke, and it says it's black. Okay, another place we can look at is right in here. Okay, it tells you whatever selected is filled with white and has a black stroke. All right, well, let's change that color. Several ways you can do that. While this is selected, you can just click on the foreground color and look what shows up. Okay, magically this shows up. And you can just take your little eyedropper and move it around. You can see as I click, it changes color. You can also do what's called sliders here, and they slide around. You can pick whatever color you want. This says CMYK, and we'll get into that in just a minute, okay? But these are sliders, right? And that affects the fill. Well, what if I want to affect that line color? It's still thin and it's still black. Well, right in here, let's click on that line and bring the line of the stroke on top. Okay, it's still black, but now that it's on top, you could go in and use the exact same sliders and you can start changing that color. Well, we can't see it really well because it's really thin. Well, let's do something about that. While the stroke is on top, let's go up here and you can change the thickness. Oh, there we go. Now it's a 7-point thickness, 16-point thickness, okay? You can put whatever you want in there. There are some presets. If you wanted, 17-point, you can put that in. So now it may be easier to see as you slide around and change those colors. Okay, that's how you affect the stroke. Okay, I want to mess with the fill again. I don't like blue. Well, click on fill, and now it's on top, and now you can start sliding around again. Okay, and we're using CMYK. Well, CMYK is for anything that you intend to print on paper, okay? Whether we print it in class or you send it out to a print shop, we want to use CMYK. That's the inks the print shop will use, okay? If you're designing something you know it's not going to be printed, it's going to be on screen. So on a web page or on some sort of PowerPoint presentation that you're going to do, it's only going to be on screen. Then what you want to do is use what's called RGB, red, green, blue, and you can, same way, slide those around, okay? And these colors will actually present brighter, okay, because you have a flashlight shining through a computer screen. You don't have that on paper, all right? So just make sure you know before you start a design what the intended purpose is, whether it's going to be RGB on screen or it's going to be printed CMYK. For the most part in our class, we'll be using CMYK. All right. Now, last thing is how to save colors. I have this green. I really want to use this green again. I don't have to mix it again. I know exactly what it is. What we want to do is save it. So this right here is your swatches palette. And so all you have to do is take that green, drag it in there, and now it is saved, okay, forever. Okay, it's saved forever. Even if you start going in and messing and changing, let's go back to the, here we go. Let's change that color, whatever. Great, whatever. Oh, you know what? I really wanted that green again. Well, go to your swatches, and there it is. And it's right back to the same green. So you can save colors in there. We'll get in there more on colors later on, but that's the basics of solid color.